ioEther. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Great Bob in his AMX 1390, and this is a tier 9 game on Durpenberg. So yeah, this should be a lot of fun to watch, actually. This is a 9.19 replay. I know I haven't done many of those of late, as I've been running out of replays. So on that note, please pull your friends into the channel. Invite your friends, support the channel that way. That's one of the best ways you can support the channel. And we get more replays. I'm running out of a variety of replays. And a variety of people who sent these replays. So I'm having to dip back into older versions of the game. And I'd really rather not do that. I'd like to put out current content. So I need more varieties of people sending me games. And so tell your friends to send me games. Is the lesson here, really. But in the meantime, we are into this game, so let's get into this game as we spot a T-34-3. Hopefully he gets hit by some people, but no, apparently our team is just going to let him cross the open ground all by himself. Yeah. Nope, there's no one else in this game that we know. I thought for a sec this was a game I was actually in, because this scouting route seems familiar, Bob. Seems like you do this in every game, apparently. There we go. There's a Super Pershing is now found. Hopefully he gets lit up. Well, there's the M13. That's a good spot right there, except for the part where you get lit. That is bad. As now people are going to try and shoot you because you are a scout tank. You're small and easy to kill. Well, that's what they seem to think anyway. Looks like the M13 took a hit after we lit him, but the Super Pershing gets away clean. And we actually haven't been shot at yet. That is probably for the best. Oh no, that may have been at us. It doesn't look to be on that much on this side of the map. Super Pershing still not either not paying attention or not seeing us until we're way too late for him to shoot at us. Now, great things are expected out of Great Bob. A, because his name is Great, and B, because he's already got a mark of excellence on the 1390. We expect good things out of him. So get to work there, brother Bob. Let's get some goodness going. Now this is a scout tank replay, so we do expect, you know, a level that's a little bit lower than. Oh, look at that! See, like, I mean, he can't even kill a comet. He's only done a little bit of scouting so far. We're not really expecting big things out of a 1390, right? I mean, it's just a scout tank, right? I can't really do anything. It's not a real tank here. And yes, I'm setting this up because 1390 is one of my favorite tanks, and so I really want to show you guys this replay because Bob shows off some of the best aspects of 1390. Unfortunately, it's going to take some time to get there because the 1390, a lot like the Bat Chat, cannot be rushed. You cannot rush into the end mill of the enemy team and live and do a ton of damage. It just ain't gonna happen in this thing. You gotta find and pick off weak stragglers. Now this Super Pershing who's not paying attention is definitely a straggler. 1 shot, 2 shots into him, 3 shots, and then finishing him off with a 4th shot before he can bring his gun around. Now as long as we don't get stuck in these houses when return fire comes in, we'll be okay. And there we go. Good job. Now our heavy tanks are refusing to push up, and so they've given the castle to the enemy, which is unfortunate, and we're not loaded, so we can't even do anything about it right this second. T-34-3 is a mean tank though, so if we're gonna do this, we gotta do it right. Can't stop in front of him, and definitely can't get hit by him. Oops, got hit. That's okay. It's not the end of the world as long as we don't stop in front of anything bad. It looks like the SU-152 wasn't paying attention, and neither was the M103. Cool. Ambush, kill, and then leave. This is the motto of the scout tank, and definitely the motto of the 1390 line. If you can get in, kill things, and get out while you reload, that is the best strategy. Sitting around inside enemy territory while reloading is a recipe for death. and death will never lead you to more experience. This is the one key thing about World Tanks you gotta remember, is that as soon as you die, you stop earning experience. As long as you can stay alive, you are earning experience. However, you must be doing damage at least some of the time while you're staying alive. So as long as you can stay alive, keep your gun firing, you will earn oodles and oodles of experience. If you can perfect those two things, staying alive and continuing to do damage. And that's really all the pros do. There we go. Spotting and backing up to the bush is solid. Bouncing off of Saint Emile. That's unfortunate. And then 2 more shells straight in, or sorry, 3 shells straight into it. Unfortunately, not killing it, but reducing its hit points enough that it's got to be a little bit hesitant coming up this hill. We're reloading, and the 416 looks like he might be going in to finish it off. We're asked to get spots off, but I think Bob is actually doing more work on this side than he would be spotting on the other side of the map, especially since getting across that bridge and then getting into any helpful spotting locations is going to be next to impossible. So instead he's going to wait and ambush the stern meal and whatever else comes up here. He pops up. Notice he's popping up while aiming his tank the other way for a quick getaway, but he doesn't see anything, so he comes up in front of this bush. Now he sees the T-29 and he waits and just unloads into the side of this T-29. This poor guy gets hit by someone else. It looks like artillery. He dodges the incoming fire from the stern meal by backing up and then starts the reload. I think he actually started that reload a touch soon. If he had waited, because he had, what, 1 shell left in the clip? I didn't really see, but I think he had 1 shell left in the clip. He could have possibly put that shell into the stern meal and finished it off. Now the M103 is coming. He's loaded again, but there are 2 tanks here. He's got to take that stern meal first. Booyah. T-29 next. Dead. And now he's got to find cover from the 103. He is actually reloading already. I don't think it's a bad idea for him to be reloading already. I think it's risky, but it worked out well for him, so it's completely worth it. The Conqueror, who was on the other side of the map, has relocated all the way back over here so that he can do nothing. This is really the best part of having a top tier heavy tank on your team, is when they bounce back and forth and don't do anything really at all. Ooh, spotting the SU-152 over there. He does manage to put in a single shell. He's got 3 in the clip. Does he reload? The answer should be no. Looks like it is in fact a no. He's looking for that last shot on the SU. Puts it in where he thinks the SU is, but he's not. 3 blind shots. That was a bit much. When you're in an autoloader, you really can't do more than 1 blind shot. I understand if you're mid-clip, you might want to get rid of those last 2 shells. I get that, but the thing about a 1390 is it only carries a very limited supply of ammo. You really do need to pick each and every location that a shell goes. And if you're firing blind and you know for a fact that's where the target is, it's one thing, whereas if you're firing blind and you think maybe he might be here, it's a completely different story. So I think those are 3 wasted shells he might need later on. Now if he does this right, the M103 will not know he's here until it's way too late. But no, he in fact is right up against that wall, and the M103 definitely knows he's behind him now. Well, to see if the M103 turns his turret. He is in fact looking this way. Good job to the M103. The Conqueror takes advantage of this and is going to go in for... Oh, Bob pulls a handbrake turn, realizing of course he's going to have the advantage in a few seconds. So he's using the Conqueror as a distraction and is going to go in and pump some rounds into the back of the M103, who is not paying attention. He cannot be paying attention. Conqueror takes him out of there, and our 1390 tries to ram us to death. Parks inside a wall and reloads. Sorry, 1375, not 1390. My bad. He didn't really try to ram us to death, but it came darn close to it. We're only got 120 health left. This 1375 is getting annoying just because of the fact that he's driving right next to us. The amount of times I've been shot because allies do something stupid and reveal themselves, and the enemy's actually aiming for them and hit me, I don't want to go into because I don't have that much time. But let's just say it's a lot, and it irritates me to no end. Aiming for the land bridge. Hopefully actually aiming for the land bridge. Yep, there we go. That's the land bridge. Over here is not, and neither is over here. You go over those, and you will not be getting back out of this river. It is not possible. I don't know if there's a tank in the game. I'm fairly certain there is no tank in the game that can jump that river, not at the land bridge. So going in, he's just gonna worry about he's just got to worry about being shotgun. He does not want to be shotgun. And he's just going in to kill the artillery. No, the art is not in the favorite shotgunning location. Ooh, that's weird and new, but cool nonetheless. Okay. I don't know what. Ooh, look, the back end of a super Pershing. So he's gonna sneak into a bush and shoot through it and take out the super Pershing more or less with ease. There we go. That is done. Reloading as soon as he finishes firing at the super Pershing, because of course the fact that he knows he's got 5 targets left, and there's no way he can kill them with half a clip. So he reloads. And he's only got 1 full clip of gold left, so he's gonna have to make sure every shot counts. Oh, look at that! Looks like at least 1 shot from somebody did in fact go into the SU-152, but didn't kill it, and our shells are in fact petting in the back of this KV-4, who is just not paying any kind of attention. We're not going to be able to kill him though, because our first shell bounced, or sorry, hit the turret. But, whoa, that's a steep angle he's going off of. Charging up at this SU. We're going to be reloaded about the same time we get there. You notice he only has 6 rounds left. After this clip, he does not have another full clip left. However, upside his game's almost over. So he's done 4,600 damage that we know of, and he has spotted the artillery. He's going to go in and try and get some damage done, because really, he doesn't trust his team. Already shotguns 1. He goes in and gets the shot off, but not the kill. That gets the kill. There we... What? Well, bother. And that's what happens when you charge artillery occasionally. First 2 scout tanks came in here. Both of them got shotgunned. Upside is we win. Downside is Bob loses. That's unfortunate, good sir. I like the fact that the camera is circling this spot even though Bob's over here, because that's just how fast he was going when he died. The soul of his tank is actually right here. That's what we're circling, obviously, but his body is way over there somewhere. That is just awesome. Poor Bob. Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Spotter, Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, and Fire for Effect manages to grab that high caliber without, if he hadn't died to that shotgun, he probably could have snagged the top gun as well. That's just unfortunate. Looks like, in fact, he spotted some of the damage on the M12, and then, of course, the M12 dies in the end. But I guess he deserves some props for being top of his team along with the M55-50. So at least you didn't die to like horrible people. You died to apparently the two of the 3 best players on their team that game. But Bob really did carry it. So we only saw him do about 4,800 damage, which means one of those blind shots on the SU did in fact connect. I don't know which one it was, but of course one of them connected. No, it says we only did 1 damage to him. It was a blind shot on somebody else connected. I don't know who we put a blind shot into, other than the SU, unless the SU was hiding behind another tank with one of those blind shots we put out, which is quite possibly what happened. Anyways, personal reserve bonus, good job, and he makes himself 4,300 or 43,000. Now the fact that he had to fire some gold takes out of what he earned, but of course remember, he had to fire gold. He was down to the last, like, 6 shells in his tank or something like that. Of that, 8 of them started out as being gold, so yeah, we're not surprised he fired gold. 2,500 spine damage, 5,000 actual spine damage. This definitely makes him a member of the 6K damage club. Well done, Great Bob, and thank you so much for showing us the power of a 1390 clip. And by the way, guys, this was so much more fun before it became a tier 9 tank. When it was still a tier 8 tank, it had 6 rounds in its auto-loading clip instead of 4. You imagine the amount of tanks that you could ambush and murder from 100 to 0 who never even saw you coming and definitely didn't know it happened until suddenly there was a little maniac circling them and slowly whittling away all of their health. And you wonder why this is my favorite tank. No, I'm sure by now you all know why this is my favorite tank in the entire game. Second is the Bat Jet, without a doubt. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please, again, send me replays. I need them from 9.19. I'm running out. So tell your friends, tell them to send me replays and come watch the channel so they can see their replays on the channel. And, yeah, I'll see you all there. Have a great night. This ioEther out.